Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, we will talk about block. Now, block is not exactly, but somewhat we can relate it to like we have functional components in AEM. We using those functional components, we design the pages. Now, those functional components have different capabilities, the user experience, etc. Content fragments, right? Experience fragments. Those all these components, right? We use to build user experience. Now blocks are also same. In frankly, it is just that maybe we can say different terminologies is used. They are reusable. We'll create the block and then we can reuse it on multiple pages. And block is nothing but a combination of script and style. So I'll just show the code which we have downloaded, the boilerplate one, right? These are the blocks. This is under boilerplate repository. So to card one, CSS, JS, column block, again CSS, JS, etc. CSS is, of course, is for styling, and then how we are designing, how that the whole layout is being created using script. That logic is written inside JS file. Okay, now I will just open the documentation, the block collection documentation, which is provided by Adobe. I'm going to use this documentation throughout this demo. Now what we can see here, yeah, I mean theoretically they are the technical principles of the blocks. That's fine. The boilerplate template, right, uses some of the blocks, but there are more block collection which are not in the boilerplate but can be used. Okay, and we can actually relate it to core components. So for example, we have embed component, video component, accordion component, breadcrumb component, so on, right? List is long, we can use them. Now what we will do, now there are two flavors. If you see the documentation, they say heading is default content. Okay, default content, and hero block. Okay, so block is what we are discussing. Default content is, I mean, with the project layout, the CSS styling, etc. These components will be used. So for example, I'll in my Google document, I will just put a link. So whatever styling is given on project basis, that will come onto this one. That's why it's default content. For same for icons, buttons, and it makes sense also, right? I mean, we have a project level styling, and that should be applicable for all of your component. So the default content blocks one can use those styling. Okay, now what I have done, I have created a blank Google Doc, and let's try using them one by one. Let's see, I mean, how can we author the using different blocks or default content. Okay, so let's start with the heading one. So it says default content. What I will do, maybe I should give it a name. It's my demo document, right? And I will just write here heading. I'll make it this heading one. This is my heading one, right? I can preview it, and I can see this heading one is reflecting here. If I see in the inspect mode, we can see the default content class is being applied because this is the default content, right? Same way, if I mean, I can try different flavors. Heading, sorry, heading to, same thing. It is just a default content will be applied. Okay, so we see this is default content, h1, heading 1 and heading 2, right? but inside same div. If we want different div, we can put one more space. I mean, that is up to us how we want to render this content on a page, right? Okay, I think we need to put a maybe space. Yes. Okay. Yeah, this one I have covered in the last video that this can be used as a horizontal line or space. That's fine. Okay, so heading and then text is also default. Image is also image is like we just copy paste some image, right? Maybe I'll open a image here itself. I can. Maybe I will add this image only. Yeah, we can preview it. Again, it's a default content, so that one is coming. Now let's see the block. So for the block, what we need to do, maybe I'll just go to one of the block example. Hero is one of the block example. I'll just open this documentation. And one thing to remember, for each blocks, right, we need to use table. What is the layout? We'll just see the layout. It says, okay, the table should look like this. We should have the name of the block which we want to use. For example, in this case, hero, and then whatever we want to place in that. There are different flavors. So what I will do, I'll just go a little bit down, or maybe I'll just delete it. That's not needed. Yeah, I'll just create a table. So let's edit, insert, table, and then we need at least two. First one will be the name of the block which we want to use, hero. Okay, and in the second one we can put image. I'll just insert the image. Yeah, that's it. Since I have specified here what is this block, it will just take it. Now we can just preview it. If we right click and inspect, now it has become the hero block, right? We can see that class is automatically applied because that is what we have given as a this table title. This one we can remove so that we can see it clearly. We just saw that we can also provide title, some title. So we can see it here. We can provide some heading on top of that hero. I'll just write maybe this is on hero block. Yeah, so we can see on top of this image, right, this one is coming, this text is coming. Okay, simple. That is one. Let's try the other one, column. Okay, so similar to what we have this column control, right, in AEM, this is exactly same. So what we want is, again, we'll just write column, as many columns we want. Again, what we will do, insert a table. Let's close it, insert a table, and maybe I want 3 column, and I will just add some text to it. Okay, so first row should be the title. So it is column. So I'll just merge it, right click, merge cells. And remember that the block name is columns, right? So if there is a typo, of course that won't work. It's columns. I tried it earlier and then I was like, why it is not reflecting? So column, and then maybe I'll say row 1, data 1, data 2, row 2, data 3, data 4. And I really don't like why this one is small. Okay, that's it. Just preview it. Okay, so this data is coming, right? Let's inspect it, and what we'll see, it's again wrapped inside the column container, then column wrapper, and then finally we have the div, the columns block inside it, right? Let's try maybe card one. It's simple. I mean, everything is inside a table, right? We just need to see what is the layout, and then what card says. Okay, again the table, and then we will put some content. And let's try different stuff with card. So what I'm going to do, let's put it down, and let's close it. Table, I have maybe this type of card. Okay, so maybe one more. So first one, again we need to merge, right click, merge cells, and just I want to see the name. It should be cards, right? Yes, it's cards, right? Cards. Okay, in first one what I am going to do, I'll have maybe an image. I'll just use image, and then maybe some title of the image, mountain, beautiful mountains, right? The second one, so this is one card, this whole row is one card. Then the second one, what I want to do is, maybe I just don't want, I'll just merge them, merge cells, and this time I want the image and just the text. This is an image. And in the third one, maybe what I want is, I want, this is my heading, this is my image, and this is my some description. Okay, so this is cards block, and I was actually telling that it's cards component. Yeah, it's kind of same. So cards block, and I have used this type of cards I have configured in the table. I will just try to preview it. Preview, yeah. Okay, and we can see we have cards, 3 rows, 1 2 3, 3 rows, that's why 3 cards. And we see this alignment, the beautiful alignment. So because in first row we had image, and then 2 columns, two cells in a row. In the second one, just 2 cells, and in the third one we had heading. So it is kind of adjusting, right? It's quite intuitive. Okay, so similar to that, we have other blocks as well, which can be utilized. So what I will do, maybe I just create another video in which I'll just describe maybe few of the major ones. Thank you so much for watching. this video. Stay connected.